Giants will visit the Green Bay Packers on Sunday, October 9th in Week 5 of NFL action. The Green Bay Packers are laying more than a touchdown against a Giants team that is back in the national spotlight. This is one of the tougher handicaps of the week, and it will get a significant amount of action as the Sunday night football game in Week 5. The Giants started 2-2, including a road win at Dallas, but the skeptics were validated when the Giants lost back-to-back games, and they have not covered since that Week 1. The Packers are 2-1 straight up and against the numbers so far this season. The early bye week may be a good thing for this team, since there is some ongoing friction between Mike McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers with the offensive play calling and the schemes. But Mike McCarthy is 9-1 against the spread in his career following a bye week. The New York Giants head coach Ben McAdoo has a very one-dimensional offense right now. On a short week for a rookie head coach in the NFL, it's hard to see these problems corrected before Sunday night's game. The loss of Shane Vereen is a twofold problem because he was the most productive runner, and he's also one of the best pass-catching backs in the NFL. Eli Manning has only been sacked 6 times and has completed nearly 2/3 of his passes, but the Giants are 27th in points, despite being 6th in yards. Red zone failures and turnovers at unfortunate times have been an issue. On top of all that, Odell Beckham came out and said he wasn't really enjoying playing football anymore, which is hardly a good sign. On the defensive side of the ball, the Giants' pass rush has been a major disappointment. With 2 great defensive ends in Jason Pierre-Paul and Oliver Vernon, the Giants only have 4 sacks. They haven't put enough pressure on opposing quarterbacks. They have forced just 1 turnover this season, and they are the only team in the NFL without an interception. The Giants do look like a team due for some positive numbers on the defensive side of the ball because they played well in coverage, holding opponents to an average completion percentage of 63.5, and they've only allowed 3.2 yards per carry. The Green Bay Packers figured things out offensively against the Detroit Lions. They only accumulated 324 yards, but it was a 31-10 game at halftime, and Aaron Rodgers was quite efficient in the first half with 4 touchdown passes. Andrew Rodgers was sacked twice, but neither sack was for a big loss, so the offensive line stepped up against a strong Lions front line. Some metric sites have been down on Rodgers lately, as he has taken 8 sacks in 3 weeks and has only completed 58.5% of his passes. It'll be interesting to see if the last game was the exception or the new norm. Eddie Lacy cracked the 100 mark, and Jordy Nelson had a breakout game, and that's excellent sign for the Packers since Nelson got off to a bit of a slow start. The Packers secondary has been under fire all season long. Opponents have not run the ball much against Green Bay, with just 71 attempts for 128 yards. The Packers secondary has faced 111 pass attempts, and they've allowed 2/3 of those to be completed for over 300 yards per game. So there are worries about the secondary. Green Bay has 10 sacks, and they've allowed 13.4 yards per catch. Some of that is related to last week's prevent defense. The New York Giants have been disappointing the last 3 weeks. Ben McAdoo is on a short week here, but maybe the Giants found something late in that Minnesota game when they showed glimpses of moving the ball with balance. Mike McCarthy is terrific off of a bye week, but the Packers secondary has to cover 3 weapons in this game. Given the lack of big plays in terms of turnovers and sacks from the Giants' defense, their base coverage has gone pretty well. It feels like a spot where Eli Manning and company can keep this one closer than people realize, and the line value in getting the hook cannot be ignored. Our pick is for the New York Giants at plus 7.5 points. For our pick and prediction on this game and every other game this week, and a wealth of free stats and information, check out bangthebook.com.